Welcome to the KinoCheck News, the latest updates from the world of movies and series. Once again, we've got some exciting topics to share with you. The Harry Potter series has finally found the actors for Harry, Ron, and Hermione, as well as Dumbledore. There's also more fascinating pictures from Avatar 3, as well as new information on the cast of the first X-Men film in the MCU. Look forward to this and much more now in the KinoCheck News. New images from Avatar 3: Fire and Ash. When you think of Pandora, you probably think of a bright blue sky, a dense tropical jungle, and crystal clear water. But not all regions of the science fiction world created by James Cameron are as beautiful. The industry magazine Empire is now giving us another look at the new elements. In Avatar 3, the audience will get to know the so-called Ash Village, home of Mangkwang clan, also known as the Ash People. It lies in a bleak, ash-covered landscape marked by the aftermath of a major natural disaster. According to production designer Dylan Cole, the village represents a powerful contrast to the familiar parts of Pandora, but remains true to the main theme of Avatar, the deep symbiosis between the Na'vi and their environment. Besides the Ash People, we'll also get to see the new Wind Traders. This group of Na'vi crosses Pandora on gigantic, jellyfish-like flying creatures. A visual and cultural sensation. The clan is led by Pelak, played by David Thewlis. And contrary to many rumors, he's not an antagonist, but rather embodies a colorful and charismatic character with a remarkable fashion sense. According to costume designer Deborah L. Scott, Pelak's people are upbeat, fun-loving, and bring a unique dynamic to the movie. His eye-catching attire, especially his sunset-colored cape, was reworked several times by James Cameron to look even more magnificent. The plot of Avatar 3 picks up shortly after the events of Avatar 2: The Way of Water and follows Jake and Neytiri as they meet the Ash People. The movie will be released in theaters on December 19th, 2025. As we all know, Marvel's multiverse saga will culminate in the blockbusters Avengers 5: Doomsday and Avengers 6: Secret Wars. After that, we can look forward to the beginning of the so-called Mutant saga with the X-Men reboot. Initial rumors now point to the casting of the Fabelmans actress Julia Butters as Kitty Pryde. She's a mutant with the ability to move through solid matter. In the previous X-Men films, she was portrayed by Elliot Page. According to Hollywood insider Jeff Schneider, Stranger Things star Sadie Sink as Jean Grey and Harris Dickinson as Cyclops are also on Marvel's shortlist. Filming on the as-yet untitled new X-Men movie is apparently set to begin next year, with potential release dates of July 23, 2027 and November 5, 2027. This would mean that the film would be released shortly after Avengers 6: Secret Wars and thus kick off a new MCU era. It remains to be seen if and when Marvel will make the first official confirmations regarding the cast and production. The production of the Harry Potter series is making even greater progress. Many rumors revolve around the new cast. According to insider Daniel Richtman, Warner has finally found the three actors for Harry, Ron, and Hermione. As was the case with the movies for the big screen, they're set to be newcomers. So far, no names have been mentioned, nor have there been any images of the new actors. However, these should not be long in coming. The situation is clearer when it comes to another important role, Professor Albus Dumbledore. He could soon be played by none other than John Lithgow. According to sources at Deadline, the six-time Emmy winner is in final talks with HBO. The broadcaster itself did not want to comment directly on the reports. In an official statement, HBO merely said, "We appreciate that such a high-profile series will draw a lot of rumor and speculation. As we make our way through pre-production, we'll only confirm details as we finalize deals." Dumbledore, the wise and powerful principal of Hogwarts and leader of the Order of the Phoenix, was played by the late actors Richard Harris and Michael Gambon in the previous film adaptations. In the Fantastic Beasts movies, Jude Law played a younger version of the character. Now John Lithgow could follow in the footsteps of these great actors. Originally, Bridge of Spies actor Mark Rylance was being considered for the role, but it seems they have now decided against it. Lithgow has already excelled in numerous film and series productions, including The Crown, The Old Man, and his award-winning role as the Trinity Killer in Dexter. Most recently, he was seen in Edward Berger's Conclave. Rumors about the casting of other key roles has been circulating for months. For example, Papa Asiedu as Severus Snape, Brett Goldstein as Hagrid, and even Oscar winner Cillian Murphy as Lord Voldemort have been the subject of discussion. According to Daniel Richtman, however, Murphy is to take on a different role, namely that of Professor Quirinus Quirrell. But it looks like the time of speculation should soon come to an end. We can't wait to show you the final cast, especially pictures of Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Great news for fans of Masters of the Universe. The cast of the live-action film adaptation keeps on growing. Amazon MGM Studios has now announced 2 new cast members on its Instagram account. One of them is Deadpool star Morena Baccarin. The actress will play the sorceress of Castle Grayskull. As the guardian of the castle, she protects the secrets it contains. The mighty sorceress can only make use of her powers in the castle. And outside Grayskull, she transforms into Zor, a falcon with telepathic abilities. Morena Baccarin is best known for the Deadpool movies. Series fans also know her as Inara from the popular sci-fi western Firefly, and she was also featured in the spy thriller Homeland and the superhero series The Flash as well. Alongside Baccarin, Johannes Hakor Johannesson has also been cast in the role of Fisto. Under the villain Skeletor, the muscular warrior is known as the ruler of the forest in the animated series. Over the course of the TV show, however, his loyalty to Skeletor wavers. Johannesson recently took on a role in the Viking spin-off Vikings Valhalla, for example. He can currently be seen on the big screen as Copperhead in Captain America Brave New World. The 2 actors join an impressive cast in Masters of the Universe, in addition to Nicholas Galitzine as He-Man and Jared Leto as Skeletor. Community star Alison Brie as Evil Lyn and Idris Elba as Man-at-Arms have already been confirmed. The live-action film adaptation will be directed by Bumblebee director Travis Knight. Masters of the Universe is set to be released in movie theaters on June 5th, 2026. The time has come. After 3 years of waiting, we can finally look forward to the new series of the hit HBO series Euphoria. And fittingly, the official Instagram account announced that filming has finally begun. And there's also a first picture of Zendaya. Now, there were various reasons why the production of Euphoria Season 3 took so long. Creative differences between series creator Sam Levinson and broadcaster HBO, the Hollywood 2023 strikes, and the busy schedules of Zendaya, Sydney Sweeney, and Coleman Domingo led to recurring delays. The tragic loss of actor Angus Cloud was another factor. As a result, there were doubts as to whether a 3rd season would even be made at all. But now everything seems to be in the bag, as production is in full swing. Nevertheless, fans will still have to exercise patience. The 2nd season alone took almost half a year to shoot. Season 3, with its planned 8 episodes, will probably be no different. And if you include the extensive post-production, a release in late 2025 appears to be the earliest possible release date, although early 2026 is much more likely. So far, there's no concrete information about the plot of Season 3. However, with the start of filming, initial details should gradually come to light. In the first 2 seasons, the focus was primarily on the troubled character of Rue, who struggled with drug addiction and the challenges of growing up. It remains to be seen how things will unfold with her and the other characters. However, the series Euphoria is set to come to a close with the 3rd season, and we can't wait for a dramatic finale. The popular trading card game Magic the Gathering is to be made into a movie. And not only a movie or a series are being planned, but also an entire movie and series universe. This news was announced by Hasbro and Legendary, who want to work together on the fantasy project. Magic the Gathering is one of the biggest trading card games in the world. Be it in a private setting or at tournaments and world championships, Magic has been hugely popular for a long time. And since its first release in 1993, the play world has been steadily growing. Hasbro and Legendary have announced that everything will kick off with a movie. It'll then be followed by a series and further content. Legendary is therefore adopting a similar approach as they did with their adaptation of the Dune universe. This started in 2021 with Denis Villeneuve's first movie, which was followed by Part 2 and a series on HBO. Moreover, the studio states that they want to appeal to both longtime fans and new viewers with their multimedia universe. However, no further details about the project are known at the moment. And Legendary is not the only studio working on a Magic project. Netflix has been working on an animated series set in the world of the trading card game for a while now. As The Hollywood Reporter points out, the Russo brothers, known for their numerous MCU films, were originally set to be responsible for the series. However, creative differences behind the scenes are believed to have stood in the way, And since then, Terry Matalas has now been appointed as showrunner. He previously took on this function for Star Trek Picard and the series adaptation 12 Monkeys. The Magic the Gathering universe is therefore expanding further. Only time will tell whether it makes sense to realize so many projects at once. Some time is likely to pass before we can see any initial results. As usual, you can find even more exciting news in the KinoCheck app. Download it now and you'll always be up to date on movies and series. But before you leave, what do you think of the latest news? Can you picture John Lithgow as Dumbledore? Or would you have preferred a different actor? Of course, we're also keen to know your opinion on the other topics. We look forward to reading your thoughts and wish you a great week. And in case you missed it, here's some more news that will pique your interest. The excitement for the second season of the successful Netflix adaptation of One Piece keeps on growing. After numerous actors have already been confirmed for the upcoming episodes, a first official image is now available. The photo shows the leader of the Straw Hat Pirates, Luffy, together with his loyal crew members Sanji, Zoro, Nami, and Usopp. The setting of the picture is particularly striking, as it appears to be an iconic place from the world of One Piece, Logtown. Logtown is known as the town where the legendary pirate Gold Roger was executed. Right before his death, he revealed the existence of a secret treasure, the legendary One Piece, which triggered the Great Pirate Era. It was already announced previously that the second season will cover parts of the so-called Alabasta arc. This storyline is one of the most famous in the original and comprises 117 chapters in the manga, while in the anime it's told over 74 episodes. The group is also drawn into the machinations of the Baroque works, which is involved in a conspiracy surrounding the Alabasta Kingdom. We're also going to see Luffy's brother Portgas D. Ace for the first time. However, there's no information yet on who will play him. Rumors suggest the Mexican Zolo Maraduena, known from the leading role in the superhero film Blue Beetle. And of course, there's the ship's doctor Tony Chopper, who joins the Straw Hat Gang. Despite the fact that filming for the second season has now officially been completed, we still have to remain patient for a while. A release this year is quite unlikely. For comparison, shooting for the first season ended in summer 2022, but the series was only released around a year later. Accordingly, a release in spring 2026 seems more realistic. The second season of the popular post-apocalyptic drama series The Last of Us is almost here. And before it finally continues in April, fans of the game adaptation are now being treated to new images from the second season. The industry portal Entertainment Weekly published a total of 7 images. Among other things, we get a first look at Abby's group. Played by Caitlin Dever, Abby plays a central role in the second game, and will accordingly also be important in the second season of the series. In the picture with Abby's group, the 100 actress Toddy Gabriel can be spotted as Nora. Danny Ramirez, known from The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, will play Manny. Another image reveals a look at the newly formed family of Joel's brother Tommy, and we also see Bella Ramsey's Ellie together with Isabella Merst's Dina. Ellie is also shown in a picture with young Mazzino as Jesse, and we also get to see Tommy and Joel again. The author of the games and showrunner of the series, Neil Druckmann, also spoke about changes for the hit series in an interview with Entertainment Weekly. According to him, the second season will include scenes that might surprise game fans. Another change compared to the game is Abby's physical appearance. In the game, she's very muscular, something that was not necessarily adopted for the series. There are already discussions about this among fans online. Druckmann stated in the interview that this was less relevant for him in the series adaptation. Jonathan Majors' future in the Marvel Cinematic Universe could be about to change once again. The actor was notoriously dismissed by Marvel Studios in 2023. Now there are rumors that Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige is contemplating a return for Majors as Kang the Conqueror. According to Screen Geek, the plan is to have Kang appear in a future Marvel movie and then bring his story to a proper conclusion. Jonathan Majors will certainly be in the memory of some comic fans, especially after his performance in Ant-Man 3 in the Disney Plus series Loki. The plan was to have him take on the role of the next big MCU villain, following in the footsteps of Josh Brolin's Thanos. The planned blockbusters Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Avengers: Secret Wars were supposed to focus entirely on him. However, Majors was then found guilty of assaulting his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari. This resulted in Marvel Studios ending its collaboration with him and causing numerous other projects with him to falter. In early 2024, Majors was sentenced to 52 weeks of anti-violence training, which further complicated his career. After Majors' departure, Marvel began to reorganize its cinematic universe. Avengers: The Kang Dynasty was restructured and renamed Avengers: Doomsday. And in this version, Dr. Doom is now to take center stage as the new antagonist instead of Kang, played by none other than Robert Downey Jr. Now, the discussion surrounding Jonathan Majors' return to the MCU is bound to be polarizing. While some fans found his portrayal of Kang outstanding, a reintroduction following such a serious conviction could have negative consequences for the image of Marvel Studios. In Hollywood, there are plenty of examples of so-called redemption arcs involving disgraced stars. But in times of the Me Too and anti-violence debates, studios are more cautious than ever when it comes to controversial personalities. In the end, it remains to be seen whether Kevin Feige will actually go through with bringing back Jonathan Majors, or whether it's merely a rumor. What is clear, though, is that such a decision would have far-reaching consequences for the MCU, both in terms of storytelling and its reputation. The franchise's image has already been a bit of a mess in recent years. Bringing Kang back now would only contribute to this.